Start with some downward dogs, okay? You're gonna drive your chest through your arms, and you're gonna let your knees bend a little bit to cater to those hamstrings and calves, but keep the chin up slightly. I want you to move through all these things dynamically. I want you to focus on the hamstrings first on this, and then second, especially through your second round of these, you should be able to start getting your chest a little bit further through your arms, and should start loosening up the more you go. Okay, now we're gonna go to what we call the best stretch ever. Right leg is gonna go down. Try to keep your left arm or left knee suspended, and I want you to rotate. Now, if you have to, you can drop the back leg down, but I want you to keep those hips extended forward so you get a little stretch of that hip flexor. When it's up in the air, you're gonna increase that stretch on the more deep hip flexor muscles. Rotating, pulling your shoulder blade across. We have 3 seconds. Now we're gonna go back to downward dogs. 30 more seconds. All right, we're keeping you moving here. This is actually gonna be somewhat intense from a mobility standpoint, because I'm gonna keep you moving through these the whole time. Drive chest through. Make sure you're not pushing away too much with your arms, that you're more so letting your chest fall through your arms. Chest through. Start getting into those heels a little bit more. 6 seconds. You can hold the stretches back here for 3 seconds or more if you want. Now let's go to best stretch ever on the other side. Rotate. You might get some gnarly clicks and cracks in your back. That's okay. Should feel good. Okay, rotating. You should get some work in your back here. After this, we are going to go into some deep squat holds. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and take a deep squat. Grab your toes if you can. I want you to sink your legs as low as you can here while staying on your heels. And then you can stand up, come back down. This is a good option. You can also just do some deep squats like this. If you have a light weight, it would be really helpful to use. This is gonna help weigh you down in this position, but keep your center of gravity forward so you don't have to come too far into that hinge pattern. 3 seconds here. Okay, now we're gonna go into some Superman lifts. So you're just gonna come up the floor, squeeze your glutes. This is gonna hit your lower back, of course. If this is not enough, you could use like an exercise ball, okay, and just roll over the ball and come up, and all you're doing is getting blood flow to that lower back. Just a little bit of movement, not a ton. You could also sub these for glute bridges off the floor. That would not be bad. Okay, now we're gonna go to bird dog. So stack your knees underneath your hips. Right arm comes out, left heel goes to the ceiling. Come in. Reaching out. The heel goes to the ceiling, not straight back. Raise your core tight so you're not overarching through the lower back, okay? Just the heel comes up. Just need that glute and hamstring to fire. Let's hit the other side. Same thing, keep weight over that palm. Chin up slightly. Brace the midsection tight. Keep the ribs anchored to the hips. That's gonna prevent you from arching your back. Your glute and hamstring should be firing a ton. And that's why in that other movement we just did, Superman is probably a better use than the glute bridge, because you should be getting lots of glute on this. Okay, and then the last two, we're gonna get the half pigeon, but we're gonna get some dynamic half pigeon stretches. So start here, lower yourself a little bit, get that little stretch, come back up. Okay, dynamic movements, getting the blood flowing. Okay, if you're warmed up, you could hold these a little bit longer. Breathe through. Chest comes forward, try to keep your back as flat as you can. And then last, we'll be getting the other side. All right, down this way. You're also gonna get a little bit of work if you're pushing a lot through your arms here, through your elbows too, which is not a bad thing. If you're sitting all day, it's good to get blood flow to all your joints, but we don't need to do a lot of pressing work for that to happen. This will suffice. 8 seconds. Keep breathing. And now that's at the 5-minute mark.